Buenas. It is Wednesday, April 5th, and I just wanted to say we're, 4 days in with the comeback, and it's going really well. I have been working on the elliptical. Every morning I'm getting up for the last, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 days, and doing my thing. I have to do it in the morning, otherwise I'm not gonna do it when I get home. I know this about myself, at least not right now, because there's no habit in it. So I've been doing it, and one of the things that I thought I'd share is that when I first got back on the elliptical, I couldn't do not even 5 minutes without stopping at least 2 or 3 times. And it was so discouraging to me that I couldn't do it. And I was berating myself, beating myself up because I had let myself get to that point. There had been a time when, I'd do a workout and be able to do 30 minutes, but I couldn't even do 5. And so it bothered me immensely, and it was embarrassing. I was ashamed of myself for allowing myself to get to that point. And so when I started on Monday, I did it, 5 minutes, and that was like, I'm good. But it was a wake-up call for me. And so my goal was to be able to get on there, do at least 15 minutes for the first week, and then progress into something more. But I wasn't able to do that. And so after I was done, I was cooling down. I was hot. Like, I had worked out like crazy. And after I was done, I kind of got, took stock of myself and said, okay, but tomorrow you can do something different. So the next day, Tuesday, I got on and I did a few more minutes, like 8, but it wasn't without stopping. But, it was progress. But shout out to my sister who, my oldest sister, who I was telling about this, and I was like, yeah, I was able to do such and such, and she was just happy. We were celebrating like I'd won the lotto or something, and I love that because it may not have felt like much or seemed like much to a lot of people, but it was everything to me, to be able to just say I didn't quit, and I went back on Tuesday to get it done. Today I was able to do a full 5 minutes without stopping at all, and I went up to 10. So I just kept pressing, like, okay, let's just keep going. So I did 10 minutes. So I'm gonna keep adding time. My mom's like, you're gonna add a minute every day? Yeah. She's like, all right, just as long as I can get it done and feel good, I'm gonna keep doing it. And I think I just wanted to share that there is a victory in everything, and if we continue to focus on the things that we don't do well, the things that we used to be able to do but we can't do anymore, we will not find victories and we will not progress. And so I had to quickly stop beating myself up about what I couldn't do anymore and concentrate on what I could do and make sure I was doing just that. The little victories, you guys, count in every single thing we do. The setbacks are just that, setbacks, but we're going forward. We're going to continue to go forward. So I was proud of my leg for holding up as well as it did. Like, my left knee is still getting a little tired as I'm going through this, but it's not giving out on me, and I'm not giving out on it. I'm not giving up. And so I can feel it through the last, little bit, and it made me want to stop. I think I stopped more often because I could feel the weakness in my leg than the tiredness. It was more the weakness than anything. But the tiredness had an effect too, don't get me wrong. But I just know that if I didn't continue to go, it's not going to get stronger. So the victories are that we are doing something to make us stronger in whatever we are doing. It's the conviction of doing it and not giving up. So take the time to celebrate the little victories, because those lead to the big ones. We're so good at beating ourselves up and blaming ourselves for things that we've done, but we're not very good at just recognizing the little wins. And little wins are just as important because they just keep the fuel in the fire. So I'm doing really well. I have weighed myself, and I think I lost those 2 pounds of water. And I think I'm gonna have a positive weight gain this week, as opposed to just getting rid of the weight that I gained. I think I'm actually gonna, lose an extra pound. Maybe, we're hoping. My goal for this April is 10, so we're gonna get there. My doctor told me I needed to come in so that I could see her wellness check, basically, because it was time to renew my high blood pressure medication. And so as I'm seeing her, we're talking about it, and I asked the question about my knees, like how much weight do I need to lose before we can start talking surgery? Because that to me is just a goal to shoot for, right? I'm not looking for, oh, you're ready right now. I'm just looking for, what do I need to be shooting for as motivation? And she says, I don't know. You have to go and talk to the orthopedic surgeon who you talked to prior to see. And she said, my concern is, and I love this, my concern is that we won't be able to lose the weight we need to lose on our own. I'm like, first of all, I'm thinking in my head, because I think this struggle is me and you have nothing to do with it. But she's like, have you thought about bariatric surgery? And I'm not opposed to people who have bariatric surgery. My insurance does not cover it. And so she's like, what? I'm like, yeah, my insurance doesn't cover it. She was so shocked and taken aback, but it is the truth. And so I'm working with what I've got, and that's okay. But I need to know what I need to be doing. And so we celebrated the 20 pounds, and she's like, that's great. But she was basically saying it's going to take a whole lot more than that. But nobody can really say, this is what we need. This is what we need to shoot for. And then we can evaluate even. And so, after the bariatric surgery comment, she's like, well, have you thought about, medication? And I have taken Phentermine. And I don't know if I covered that when I covered the diet plans that I've tried, but I've taken Phentermine. I lost a few pounds on it. Of course, I wasn't dieting or exercising, but I wasn't really, I don't like taking drugs. I just don't. And so I gave it up on my own before I started this journey, like a few months before I started this journey. So I don't know how I feel about going back on it, but for right now, I'm feeling good about what I'm doing, and I'm going to continue to do it. Because every and this is why I say share the small victories, because every time you look up, somebody is trying to convince you that it's not enough. And she didn't say it wasn't enough, but basically she said it wasn't enough. At any rate, I hope that somebody finds something helpful in this. If you feel like I'm speaking to you today about little victories and recognizing them, hit the like button. Please don't forget to share, to comment, to hit the notifications so you get notifications when I drop a new video, and the subscribe. If you have something that you want me to talk about, that'd be great too. But have a great rest of your week, and protect your peace and protect those knees. I will see you guys on Sunday.